previous rise.
We are, oh my god, we already have 3 Speedsters first pick. This is my first tournament I watch on the new patch. We have the final stretch for Europe. And we have Muskelrunner first picked into Absol and Gengar, with Talon being banned and also Snorlax being banned. Apparently Flay Snorlax is better in tournaments now too, so yeah. What a patch.
To be fair, if there was
Psyduck,
a good moment to
Umbreon so late. Very early Espeon. Interesting.
On the side of first place.
Interesting.
60s.
Yeah, I only put Snorlax A tier, but I think it's S tier. I put it a bit too low. My bad. I didn't realize Snorlax was this OP. Just in time for the skin, I guess. We get a Crusse though? A Crusse, interesting, and a Blastoise. First place, a team just kinda made for this tournament with Klaus, Resu, 60s, Shelvin, and Apple. Literally, this team is just made for this tournament. Nothing else. And Lelloversss with a last pick might just go full melee. Might just go 3 Speedsters now. Yeah, okay. Dodrio, no. Venusaur. Wait, what? Dragapult?
I guess it was only a little bit
Dragapult?
but that future side, I believe,
we have a Dragapult.
dealing a little bit more damage than it did before.
Sure, I don't. Without this, okay. Confusing, but sure. Not remote stadium? Yeah, of course not. Did you expect tournaments to be a remote stadium or what?
Well, once that Rayquaza
Hello?
comes, things could start to get dicey, but here
Potato
we go.
Gengar. Okay.
Match of the day, first place, going up
Potato Gengar, interesting. But I can't talk all too much today. Again, I'm still sick. We'll see how long I can hold up today. We'll be muting a few times to cough. Oh, Potati! What bit is he gonna play? Hex? I guess Hex into this, right?
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised to see the Ghastly head
probably, I would assume so.
Rather into that central area, but I guess they want
Dragapult bot lane, Gengar top lane, guys.
To level 5. That way they can just keep that.
But Chris, you say this is you can't play Dragapult in lane, Chris. Why would you? They're playing in the tournaments.
Already. As we
XD.
know, for Squirtle and a Hooper, they can secure these first little wild Pokemon and farm in the beginning of the game pretty easily, and then I agree.
I don't know what this Dragapult still is about. Is he gonna go Dragon Dance or what?
In the early game is gonna be better.
I don't know what he's gonna play. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think if you want to have like a carry, you pick Water Shuriken Greninja there, right? Or not? If you really want to have like a big carry against the 2 frontline, you just pick Water Shuriken Greninja, honestly. Not Dragapult, but yeah.
Kaizen left alone to just try and defend against 3 members pushing that. They did actually manage to stop from that Hooper and that War Turtle, but now Klaus is just on a mission to go and secure those buffs before.
I assume Klaus is playing Flower Trick, but we will see.
Yeah, it's a very important marker, as you said, Kello, because the more EXP you have for that Gengar, the
we shall see.
Still a Ghastly, and that level 4 is feeling a little.
I mean, maybe the Dragapult was a misclick. I wouldn't be surprised, because that makes no sense whatsoever.
Still trying to secure their EXP on their side.
Again, the winner of this tournament, which is why it's so important, goes to LAC, which is the same as EOS Cup that was in Europe. And it might be almost the only European team making it there, so.
Now at level 8, so they have
the winner directly qualifies with the first seed from Europe for NAIC for the final stretch, which will be the last tournament before the World Championship. Similar to EOS Cup. I mean, it's literally EOS Cup, just in NA. It's the same thing. EOS Cup final stretch are the same tournaments that they have this year compared to last year. So very nice. Makes sense. So it's always going to be, you know, maybe some Asian teams again. It's going to be LATAM, Brazil, NA, Europe.
4 seconds left. We can see the Hooper
at final stretch this time. Not just only NA teams.
Only the Umbreon left down here as we have Psyduck and Gengar shredding up.
So yeah, very good.
But 9 Apple on the Blastoise
very
is
good.
Here, potentially looking for a steal, as first place are able to get a Registeel all for free.
Alrighty. Well, interestingly enough, although you had first
Yeah, maybe more competitive this year for sure.
Reggie, as you said, Kello, and although they have a Hooper in that team, they didn't try to convert into the top side and stop that Reggie Alecki push.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, last year, final stretch was in 8 teams, they were not even top 4 in A. It was very low quality. But it was still hype, I guess, for them. Of course, it wasn't high quality.
Again, trying and continuing this time around, succeeding in pushing in. Oh, Kaizen's gonna be in a very, very deep trouble as they're gonna keep on pushing.
I mean, first place has some very good players in it. Wait, what is that Dragapult, man? What is he doing?
And still
that has to be a mistake, right? That pick.
Another one as the Absol. Snow that was in the back line is getting chased by
he's dead.
We know Meowscarada has all they need in that tools. Flower trick to the head and boom.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean the amount of damage that first flower trick ended up doing on the Dracloak, only to just go and finish them off.
Interesting.
That flower trick, once it's on there, you can try and run, you can try and hide, but once that flower trick combusts, it's all over, folks.
It really is that ticking.
I can't believe they just like they buffed Meowscarada's stats and we're like, let's buff flower trick at the same time, which is like a high win rate build even, right? It wasn't even like terrible.
Really getting to a good place for that Dragapult to level 9 on the Gengar as well. Having
so weird.
Ambush for the next objective fight is
Komai didn't check in apparently, so
away, dodging out the flower trick goes.
Disaster actually for Komai. They didn't check in yesterday.
20 seconds until the objective. We are now at that halfway mark.
I don't know how that happens.
At level 11, while Lelloversss seem to be trotting along.
How does that even happen? How do you not check in?
Bad considering they do have Absol and Gengar at level 10, but those objectives are about to spawn at the same time as we have a bit of a tussle down here in the bottom half.
Dragapult feeling very confident about kiting out a Crustle that is okay for them in that box. But now going to the top side, we have plenty of AOS points and energy that can be scored if they take out this Reggie Alecki that's being started by Potato. Now Toast is going to meet Klaus, but instead it is going to be that
11 to 0 points. Potati.
Now Reggie Alecki is getting zoned.
Potati.
Potato not in a good position.
He double pressed you. Oh my god, Potato. Put the Gengar back into the... That
doesn't feel good.
Back in the closet, man. Jesus, Potato. Oh my god.
They are still able to
put that Gengar away fast.
To safety and not get taken out. The Shredder's on
the What was that?
Dragapult just doing what Dragapult does best. However, they need to try and combat these.
Oh, Potato.
Has gone into the unbound form.
Oh, that is crazy. The Hydro Typhoon Psychic Select combo was absolutely devastating in first place with the Hooper inbound, brings the rest of the team to the top side with that Reggie Alecki in their hands.
They can do 40 and 50.
And potentially get a lovely
and
40 into a 50. That is a
suddenly 121 to 0.
As they are going to try and contest here on the bot side, but Potato and Snow are melting.
I feel like it would be quite bad for Europe if first place wins, though. No,
you know what,
we'll just showcase that Europe is
maybe gold. Treasure. There's a lot of AOS energy.
Not in a good spot still.
And I guess that's because they were at 11 to 0 for so long. Finally, 121 to 0 points. No dunks in for Lelloversss here. And I think the biggest thing is Potato is using those special attack specs. So that special attack damage isn't really going to pack a punch
Klaus?
as much. And Meowscarada ends up getting taken down there.
Oh! I was looking at that flower and I was thinking it was ready to bloom, and it didn't.
Dragapult, go!
For the side duck, it's definitely going to cause a headache this time around. And as you said, with 0 points for Lelloversss, Kello, it's not like they are behind.
Because Gengar's OP, I guess, so you want to pick Gengar.
They haven't really found any moment to truly score.
But yeah.
No, yeah, their moves are just not going to really pack an oomph
as
much as you will like, especially when utilizing those stacking items. But I guess it really just comes down to this final stretch, whether they can find their prime positioning, Marv, whether they can try and
I mean, maybe Hex was the right play this game, not sure.
Just checking that tall grass, making sure they're not the ones that end up getting dove on, but I'm seeing 2 yellow
I assume he practiced it.
The Hooper and
It's fine, he's gonna pop off now. Just watch.
Yeah, I know that 1 minute ago.
All eyes on Potato.
That midnight slash, and it could be just out of
all eyes on Potati.
So it's gonna be ready for everybody on both sides. 10 players ready to go here for the
there he goes.
In the central
there he
area.
goes.
Marvin's taking a good position here. Oh, but they get taken
Potato.
into a tricky spot with that rock tomb. Now
alright, 0 of 2 skill shots. Let's go. Oh, hits one. KO. We need the Muscarada. Potati. Get him. Oh, he gets him. There we go. I told you. One here. He's dead. But you got double KO. Oh, Espion though. This Jogger push has to be a mispick, right? It has to be a mispick. Like, you can't tell me anything else.
What an absolute scramble.
That has to be a mispick.
Team fight. Nonetheless, first place are the ones that come out on top, being
Can
able
Toast
to pick
do
up
it?
majority of KOs, but it's up to Toasty.
Nope, perfectly stun locked.
Nonetheless, they end up getting hit. Not only
And they get Rayquaza.
and the Hooper punches.
Lelloversss might just score 0 points this game.
Threat, allowing first place to go and take those Rayquaza shields. Lelloversss, are they going to end up with a donut here for breakfast?
Oh boy.
Although delicious, not very satisfying.
Potato, you made it for going to score, Potato. You gotta go score. You gotta go score, Potato. Oh! Go score, Potato. Don't make you 0. No, not the 0. Oh, poor Potato. It's hard to hit skill shots against better players. It is harder. 0 points, guys. 0 points.
Just as it was popped, they had already done their job by then.
Yeah, the rubber rouser could have been used a little bit earlier.
The heavy crowd
definitely interesting matter. So we have Gengar banned now. Muscarada first pick again. I'm surprised Muscarada is not banned over the other speedsters, not gonna lie. Absol right side, left side, Psyduck, Aegislash, Treven, and Dodrio looking very scary. Against Absol, Hooper, and Teleon, Slowbro, and probably just a Diamond Defender again. Yeah, sure. Why not?
We'll have to see how it goes.
And it's so lovely to be getting into back UCS because last month I had to take a little bit of a timeout due to some personal issues.
Can they score some points?
It's so good to be back here.
Really, they can score some points this game, right? Surely.
Like it was a lifetime ago.
Surely, some points on the board for Lelloversss. There we go! More points scored than last game already. There we go.
But it looks like we are going to have their Absol go and take that
9 in total.
Look at the duo for Lelloversss.
Crazy.
Taking that central area for them.
That's it? They scored more than a point?
Here, Bob is taking quite a bit of a hating, proccing that focus band that is not going to be available for the
They've done it.
When the Altaria spawns.
Potato back on Aegislash this time. Not Gengar. Gengar banned instead.
Trying, of course, to gather as much EXP as possible to go Blastoise quickly, but we know that Speedsters love going to the top side.
Klaus going for top. Face checking though. Toast is here. And Dodrio should win this. Yep.
Zoning out, and Toast takes
he does win it.
In the second game.
You know
Because he's the first one to engage.
All about that crit. All about that crit. No trouble. But one thing they did have trouble with is that Dodrio. It doesn't even have that defense penetration stat. So the fact that Dodrio came out on top of that fight, that's actually wild to see.
And before they give Dodrio defense penetration next patch too.
And I think it was just because
that'd be fun, right?
The first attack that was dealt from Toast onto the Absol when they was still in the bush. So they had that.
They're gonna buff Dodrio, and they're gonna buff Zaora.
Otherwise, we do have 9-0 points currently as we have 15.
I'm surprised they buffed Muscarada over Zaora and Talon also over Zaora. Why didn't Zaora get those buffs? I mean, I don't know why any speedster got the buffs they got, but like,
but the cat does end up.
there's nothing that makes sense.
And Klaus is going to try to avenge their teammates, but Klaus was just
Night slash Psycho Cut.
This rotation. They managed to get the wild Pokemon though. Now 6Z's is going to try to escape, getting that berry. A nice Astonish, and Potato will be stopped on that track.
Down in that bottom path, Absol is quite low. There are some berries.
Yeah, there's no way, right? They're going to re-nerf some of these, right? Surely they're gonna renerf some of the stats, right? Right, guys? Right? They're all S tier right now. All 4 Pokemon they're buffed are S tier, all 4 Speedsters. Like,
as we know, with the 30 seconds
crazy.
for the Regis to spawn, everybody's just trying to gather as much EXP and AOS energy as
Or maybe they just buff other Pokemon next patch to bring them up in line again.
Just shot between the
all attacker get more special attack and attack damage. All defender get more defense and special defense. For whatever reason.
20 energy still left here, and they're gonna try to score as much as possible. Rezu already starting.
And then we're back to the game like it was before, when everyone is buffed.
That KO was huge. Not only were they able to get in some dunks, but they've managed to ward off Lelloversss. That way, they're able to just go and secure.
Sounds good to me.
For free, uncontested. Up in the top part.
Oh, Klaus.
Story. No, never mind.
Gets it done.
On in with their midnight slash to secure a KO.
But is he alive? No, he's not alive. That's bad.
Oh, very nicely done.
Lots of XP.
There trying to continue pushing.
Is the horse? No, the horse will not get any play.
Going to really commit to
will not.
More. Regieleki is already taken out of the picture by Lelloversss on the top side, and both of the objectives were confirmed by first place. Now here in the central area, Kelvin is in a bad position, but managed to do quite some damage onto Kaizen that has to reset as we speak.
Double team has been sent out, is going to try and bait out Chelvin, but you know what, they're smart enough.
It's actually a spend though, they're Ben's Ashian, so.
Potato looking to go up into the top path, protect any potential dunks coming out from this Blastoise. But we're going to pivot back down here, so.
Ooh, looking good with the Midnight Slash once again.
Yeah, people still ban Rapidash. I played 2 games today in ranked and both times Rapidash was banned. Maybe they banned it from their own teammates. It would make sense.
For first place, as they're still gonna keep on pushing here, Lelloversss, but at the end, a 2 for 2 in this very confusing fight with
that would be, I guess, my reasoning, right? They just ban it from their own teammates.
Yeah, now they're at 142 to 89. That is going to give Potato another attack weight stat.
But banning the horse is just
to go and
very low IQ now. Otherwise,
stat. But yeah, I don't know. 2 level 11s already.
It's much stronger Pokemon.
No Hooper Unite move just yet for 60s though.
Much better ones.
That's something very important to point out, because if they miss their mark for the 15 seconds
40 back cap.
For the next set of Reggie to spawn,
they're not too close, right?
Oh, there they are. And with the level 9,
Mateo's gonna jump top here, maybe. Yeah, he's gonna jump top.
Everybody to the bot side if first place wants to rip the top.
Let's go for the 40.
Could try to go for a double team push.
And they get Regirock in time, maybe too. Yeah, no. The Soddy was a bit too early. And Klaus snipes it.
Confirming yet another objective. But on the top side, Intellia could beat the Meowscarada, and it could spell trouble for them.
Yeah, you've got to give it to that Absol to just go and get the secure.
Oh man,
they did end up being able to capitalize, getting that 40 up into that T2. This other Regieleki here could be a bit.
First place looking good, yeah. Well, still behind in points this game.
They still have that T1 pad.
Still behind in points.
Here with one casualty in Klaus for the side of first place, which is very nicely done by Lelloversss, considering that was the most threatening of players on first place to try and steal this objective from Lelloversss. They're going to leave Regieleki going to the top side as the 2 defenders are going to defend it for first place. It's still on 3 minutes 42.
Are you playing as Absol? I'm playing right now as Absol, yeah.
The Azure Spy Vision will just
Unite, maybe counter Unite.
As they are not really hitting much, as they have to stay so far
4 points behind.
The goal is still going to collapse, and the snipe shots don't really connect. While Kaizen surfs away, and that is one successful.
Looking likely for game number 3 right now, but of course Ray can do, you know, Ray things.
To try and shred up a Regieleki, they just don't have the bulk down in that bottom path to go and protect it. They had to keep their distance, considering they were quite squishy, and give that up. But it's 1 minute until that final stretch. 275 to 89, so it's not all over for first place.
That closest 14.
Yet, but it really just comes down to how they handle that final stretch.
Level 14.
A final stretch with a level
Pretty
14 Absol
massive
is something that could turn the game on its head. A nice Phantom Force there. Now pushing them away with a surf by Kaizen and another surf by Nineapple on the Blastoise. As they have started here with Klaus, the damage
That would be a Lelloversss Regirock.
But the first front line falls for first place.
Don't do it, Klaus. Don't do it, Klaus. Klaus. Chill, man. Aye, aye, aye.
On this Reggie.
Why would you go in like that?
And fortunately for Lelloversss,
calm down, buddy.
Take this one with no casualties going into final stretch.
Yeah, Klaus definitely doesn't want to risk getting too close to the opponent's team and getting knocked out with quite a long cooldown as well. Otherwise, Rayquaza has
big psychic
in the middle. A great psychic.
Big snipe shot.
Out that Hooper. They do have that burn, but they are able to make it back to safety behind Shelvin on the Slowbro. It's really going to come down to whether they can utilize their Slow Beam on that prime target.
Dodrio snipe shotted, very low.
Know how powerful that Unite move can be and just
why is this tournament and they are not remote? Was the tournament map with their Sky Runes? Bro, these questions sometimes, like... Ooh. First place is destroying this fight? They're destroying this fight completely. Potato!
It's not gonna be enough, and they get yet another one with only 2 members.
Can Dodrio carry this? Can he get one at least? He's going for Klaus. He's 1 HP. He doesn't get Ray. First place gets it.
So first place guarantees that even though they were behind in points,
Aye, aye, aye.
Rayquaza.
You've got to
Can Klaus make it?
That final stretch so
he's playing it very
slow.
Klaus makes it.
On the Trevenant, but they were quite
and that should be it. First place puts Lelloversss in loser bracket.
Get rid of that
and take them down with a 2-0.
And deal the damage.
We'll
have to see how it goes.
And it's so lovely to be getting into back UCS because last month I had to take a little bit of a timeout due to some personal issues.
Can they score some points?
It's so good to be back here.
Really, they can score some points this game, right? Surely.
Like it was a lifetime ago.
Surely some points on the board for Lelloversss. There we go! More points scored than last game already.
First place or nothing.
There we go.
But it looks like we are gonna have their Absol go and take that.
9 in total.
Look at the duo for Lelloversss.
Crazy.
Taking that central area for them.
That's it. They scored more than a point.
Here, Bob is taking quite a bit of a hating, proccing that focus band that is not going to be available for the
they've done it.
When the Altaria spawns.
Potato back on 80 slash this time. Not Gengar. Gengar banned instead.
Trying, of course, to gather as much EXP as possible to go Blastoise quickly, but we know that SPEEDSTERS love going to the top side.
Klaus going for top. Face checking though. Toast is here. And Dodrio should win this.
Yep. Zoning out, and Toast takes
he does win it.
In the second game.
Because he's the first one to engage.
All about that crit. All about that crit. No trouble. But one thing they did have trouble with is that Dodrio. It doesn't even have that defense penetration stat. So the fact that Dodrio came out on top of that fight, that's actually wild to see.
And before they give Dodrio defense penetration next patch too.
And I think it was just because
that'd be fun, right?
The first attack that was dealt from Toast onto the Absol when they were still in the bush. So they had that.
They're gonna buff Dodrio, and they're gonna buff the aura.
Otherwise, we do have 9-0 points currently as we have 15.
I'm surprised they buffed Muscarada over the aura and Tarot also over the aura. Why didn't the aura get those buffs? I mean, I don't know why any speedster got the buffs they got, but like...
But the cat does end up...
There's nothing that makes sense.
And Klaus is going to try to avenge their teammates, but Klaus was just
Night slash Psycho Cut.
To this rotation. They managed to get the wild Pokemon though. Now 6Z's is going to try to escape, getting that berry, a nice Astonish, and Potato will be stopped on that track.
Down in that bottom path, Absol is quite low. There are some berries.
Yeah, and there's no way, right? They're going to re-nerf some of these, right? Surely they're going to re-nerf some of the stats, right? Right, guys? Right? They're all S tier right now. All 4 Pokemon they buffed are S tier, all 4 speedsters. Like, it's crazy.
Everybody's just trying to gather as much EXP and AOS energy.
Or maybe they just buff other Pokemon next patch to bring them up in line again.
Just shot between the
all attacker get more special attack and attack damage. All defender get more defense and special defense. For whatever reason.
20 energy still left here, and they're gonna try to score as much as possible. Rezu already starting.
And then we back to the game like it was before when everyone is buffed.
That KO was huge. Not only were they able to get in some dunks, but they've managed to ward off Lelloversss. That way they're able to just go and secure.
Sounds good to me.
For free, uncontested. Up in the top part.
Oh, Klaus.
Story. No, never mind.
Gets it done.
On in with their midnight slash to secure a KO.
But is he alive? No, he's not alive. That's bad.
Oh, very nicely done.
Lots of XP.
Yeah, Toast there trying to continue pushing.
Is the horse? No, the horse will not get any play.
Going to really commit to
Ever not.
more. Regieleki is already taken out of the picture by Lelloversss on the top side, and both of the objectives were confirmed by first place. Now here in the central area, Kelvin is in a bad position, but managed to do quite some damage onto Kaizen that has to reset as we speak.
Double team has been sent out, is going to try and bait out Chelvin, but you know what, they're smart enough.
It's actually a spend though, they banned Zashian, so.
Here. Potato looking to go up into the top path, protect any potential dunks coming out from this Blastoise. But we're going to pivot back down here, so.
Ooh, looking good with a midnight slash once again. What is
Yeah, people still ban Rapidash. I played 2 games today in ranked and both times Rapidash was banned. Maybe they banned it from their own teammates. It would make sense.
For first place, as they're still going to keep on pushing here, Lelloversss. But at the end, a 2 for 2 in this very confusing fight with
that would be, I guess, my reasoning, right? They just banned it from their own teammates.
On the top side.
Yeah, now they're at 142 to 89. That is going to give Potato another attack weight stat.
But banning the horse is just
to go and
very low IQ now. Otherwise,
stat. But yeah, I don't know. 2 level 11s already.
It's much stronger Pokemon.
No Hooper Unite move just yet for 60s though.
Much better ones.
That's something very important to point out, because if they miss that mark for the 15 seconds
40 back cap.
For the next set of Reggie to spawn.
They're not too close, right?
Oh, there they are. And with the level 9,
Mate's gonna jump top here, maybe. Yeah, he's gonna jump top.
Everybody to the bot side if first place wants to rip the top.
Let's go for the 40.
Could try to go for a double team push.
And they get Regirock in time maybe too? Yeah. No! The 49 was a bit too early. And Klaus snipes it.
Confirming yet another objective. But on the top side, Inteleon could beat the Meowscarada, and it could spell trouble for them.
Yeah, you've got to give it to that Absol to just go and get the secure.
Oh man.
They did end up being able to capitalize, getting that 40 up into that T2. This other Regieleki here could be a bit
First place looking good, yeah. Well, still behind in points this game.
They still have that T1 pad.
Still behind in points.
Here with one casualty in Klaus for the side of first place, which is very nicely done by Lelloversss, considering that was the most threatening of players on first place to try and steal this objective from Lelloversss. They're going to leave Regieleki going to the top side as the 2 defenders are going to defend it for first place. It's still on 3 minutes 42.
Are you playing as Absol? Yeah, I'm playing right now as Absol, yeah.
The Azure Spy Vision will just
Unite maybe, counter Unite.
As they are not really hitting much, as they have to stay so far
4 points behind.
The goal is still going to collapse, and the snipe shots don't really connect. While Kaizen surfs away, and that is one
looking likely for game number 3 right now, but of course Ray can do, you know, Ray things.
To try and shred up a Regieleki. They just don't have the bulk down in that bottom path to go and protect it. They had to keep their distance, considering they were quite squishy, and give that up. But it's 1 minute until that final stretch. 275 to 89, so it's not all over for first place.
Klaus is 14.
Yet, but it really just comes down to how
high level,
handle that final stretch.
Level 14.
A final stretch with a level
Pretty
14 Absol
massive.
is something that could turn the game on its head. A nice Phantom Force there. Now pushing them away with a surf by Kaizen, and another surf by Nineapple on the Blastoise, as they have started here with Klaus. The damage
that would be a Lelloversss Regirock.
The first front line falls for first place.
Don't do it, Klaus. Don't do it, Klaus. Klaus. Chill, man. Aye.
On this Reggie.
Why would you go in like that?
And fortunately for Lelloversss,
calm down, buddy.
Take this one with no casualties going into final stretch.
Yeah, Klaus definitely doesn't want to risk getting too close to the opponent's team and getting knocked out with quite a long cooldown as well. Otherwise, Rayquaza has
big side kick
in the middle. A great psychic
big
to
side
put
shot.
out that Hooper. They do have that burn, but they are able to make it back to safety behind Chelvin on the Slowbro. It's really going to come down to whether they can utilize their slow beam on that prime target.
Dodrio snapshotted, very low.
Know how powerful that Unite move can be and just
Why is this tournament and they are not remote? Was the tournament map with their Sky Runes? Bro, these questions sometimes, like... Ooh. First place is destroying this fight? They're destroying this fight completely. Potato!
It's not gonna be enough, and they get yet another one with only 2 members.
Can Dodrio carry this? Can he get one at least? He's going for Klaus. He's 1 HP. He doesn't get Ray. First place gets it.
So first place guarantees that even though they were behind in points,
Ay, ay, ay.
Rayquaza.
You've got to
Can Klaus make it?
That final stretch so
He's playing it very
slow.
Klaus makes it.
On the Trevenant, but they were quite
And that should be it. First place puts Lelloversss in loser bracket
get rid of that
and take them down with a 2-0.